Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the battle? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is...
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO, it's your boy D Free, man. Back with the Roll with the Punches podcast. We back. What's going on, my brother?
Ain't nothing, man. You now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Hey, I gotta ask you, man. I fell asleep during our podcast last night. I fell asleep, man. That fight was boring as heck, man. Hey,
that fight was definitely pain on our eyes.
Yeah. you know the funny thing about it, man. Now I love the Mexican style of fighting, bro. But man, Valdez got to be the dumbest fighter I've ever seen in my life, man. What you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he has only one style, and that style is all wrong for Navarrete. The man, he don't have a jab, he don't have any head movement, he don't have any footwork. So with a guy like Navarrete, that was all bad. I don't know who thought that would be a good fight in his camp, but whoever set that fight up, they definitely didn't work on any footwork or any head movement or a jab or nothing, because you can't go in there with a guy like Navarrete who throws 100 punches per round and think that just coming with the high guard that you're going to be able to do something. That man had a 6-inch reach advantage, and he was a taller fighter, and he had a higher punch output. So I mean, if you're not working behind the jab, dealing with a guy like Navarrete, you're not going to win that fight.
You know the funny thing is, one thing that you said during the fight that was funny, I couldn't believe how long his arms were, bro.
Yeah, man, arms,
look like Stretch Armstrong out there. And you know what's funny? I think he beat him way worse than Valdez did. I mean, than Shakur did. Yeah, I think he beat him way worse than Shakur did. Shakur ain't beat him like that.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, Shakur is he's a masterclass boxer, but he's also a defensive fighter. Shakur don't waste punches. So when Shakur throws punches, it's calculated. He's not throwing a bunch of punches. He's going to throw punches and he's going to make them count. With Navarrete he's like a David Benavidez. He just throw a bunch of shots, and if they land, they land. If they don't, they don't. But he's keeping you worried about something.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, man? I gotta say, man, just that night of boxing after we've been getting. Now I'll put it like this: as a fan of the Mexican style, the come forward style, we don't got nothing if we ain't got a black fighter in there. I just tell you that. We ain't got nothing. Salute to my man Boxing Nerd. Said stop being salty. Spence got his butt beat. Pause. Live with it. Salute to my brother Skywalker, my TWT brother, man. Yeah, what's going on with you, man? But you know what I was thinking about this, man? I want to ask you this. This is one of the things I want to talk about. What is Terrence Crawford doing being with Victor Conte? And it looks like he's been with Victor Conte for a very, very long time. What is that about, man?
I mean, we all know that Victor Conte is connected to steroids or whatever. He got caught with a bunch of athletes using steroids or whatever. But I'm not. I mean, it's kind of of the saying, you guilty by association. But like I said, I'm not putting nothing on Bud Crawford because that man never tested positive for anything. So I'm not putting that jacket on him. It's just you just got to be careful with the company that you keep around you, because if something comes back, it's going to come back on you because you're the big name in that room. So you gotta watch who's the company that you keep around you, because all it takes is for something to come up and with Conte, and they're going to automatically throw it on Bud. They're going to automatically, and it's the same thing with Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is over there as well. Mm-hmm. So they got to be careful about who they keep around them, or keep a close eye on. If they see something that look funny, they need to distance themselves away from them as soon as possible. But I'm not putting nothing on Bud Crawford. That man, he's always been a stand-up boxer. I never known him for cheating or anything like that, so I'm not gonna put that on him. What's going on, Bruce Gas? Appreciate you coming through, man.
Salute to my brother Bruce Gas. I'll say this. This is the thing that I'm saying, D, that's so crazy about it, is that when you are involved with a known cheater, and I see you get in the ring and you look like the Incredible Hulk. I mean, I know you don't really like to watch that fight again, but if you look at how he was pushing Spence around, we all got our things on, but where did that strength come from? I've never seen that. But then again,
it's going to raise eyebrows. It's going to raise eyebrows.
I mean, and I've been saying, if you look at the night of the fight, I gotta say, it looked like Bud was the bigger man. Pause. It looked like Bud just clearly was the more stronger, more physically imposing fighter, and I just don't understand. You know, and you with Victor Conte, this is the same guy that was with Marion Jones, Barry Bonds. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we got to call what we see. Am I wrong? That's what we got to do, right?
No, like I said, I can't knock anybody for having some kind of questions about it, because I mean we know the background of Victor Conte, so it's going to come. That's why I said you got to be careful with the people that you keep around you, because though people's going to raise their eyebrows when they see something out of the ordinary that you normally don't do. They're gonna raise their eyebrow. They're gonna say, is it because of this? Is it because of that? But like I said, I'm not putting that on him. He was a better fighter that night, so I'm gonna leave it like that unless something else comes out. As far as I know, all of the tests came back positive, negative. So I'm not putting that on Bud Crawford.
You see, that's the thing. And another question would be, man. So after hearing that, we know Devin Haney's with him. Is there a reason why Devin Haney wanted that weigh-in so early in the morning with Loma? Was he trying to do something? Hey, I mean, it's fishy, man. I
put it this way. If Devin Haney becomes all of a sudden a knockout artist, then I mean, people going to look and be like, hold up, you wasn't knocking out nobody. And now all of a sudden you a knockout artist. So I mean, like I said, until they test positive, I'm not putting that on nobody, because that jacket that you put on people like that can ruin a person's career. So like I said, until they test positive, I'm not putting that on nobody.
And, it's so funny, man. I know you don't want. I'm not trying to put on nobody, but man, at the end of the day, I've never seen Floyd, Sweet Pea, Sugar Ray Leonard. I've never seen them with guys like this. I mean, they just wasn't with guys like this. I mean, this guy's a piece of slime, man. If you ever notice, Victor Conte always got an opinion on everybody's fights. You always want to ask, is there VADA testing? Is there this? Is there that? But it's like, but nobody asks him about, hey, what were you giving Marion Jones? What were you giving Barry Bonds? Salute to my brother Skywalker. He said, what you think about Anthony Joshua? I thought he looked terrific, man. What about you?
No, AJ, he definitely made a drastic improvement from the previous fights that he had. I saw a head movement from AJ. I saw footwork from AJ, and I saw a guy that looked a little more comfortable under Derek James. He's still hesitant and thinking just a little bit too much. But I see a guy that's making he's definitely making improvements, and he's starting to look a little more comfortable working under Derek James.
And and the funny thing is you say that is because if you look at that fight, I seen he did a great job of going from offense to defense, and it wasn't like he's not as robotic as he once was. It's like more now a little bit more fluid movement, and it's just cool to see that. Salute the Miss Scott Walker. She said salute D3 in the chat. I'm just saying Anthony Joshua, I'll put like this: if that fight would have happened between him and Wilder 4 years ago, like it should have, I would say this: they both are better boxers now, and that's the most exciting thing. Salute to Tay. I think that's great, man. They both are better boxers now because let's be honest, man. If they would have fought, 4 years ago, Wilder would have just beat him to death. I mean, he would have just simply beat him to death. But what I'm seeing with AJ, and this is the thing I don't know if anybody's thinking about. Deontay Wilder has now fought in over a year. I think when he fights Anthony Joshua in December, I believe it'd be a year and like maybe 2 months. So we're talking about somebody who been out of the ring 2 years, almost a year and 2 months. I mean, D3, you know as well as anybody, bro. That's a long time to be out the ring.
No,
what you think about that?
Wilder just fought Helenius. He just fought Helenius.
That was I'm saying when I think they're gonna fight in January, I believe. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, once they fight, then yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's trying to. He was supposed to be trying to get the fight with Andy Louise, but I don't know what's going on with that. And like Andy Louise is trying to get more money or whatever, but I don't know what's going on with that. But he's trying to get a fight, and it could be a problem if when he got in the ring with Robert Helenius, he didn't look like he had any ring rust. And so it would have been a problem if he looked like he had ring rust, and then it would be a problem if he was in there with somebody that had a lot of punch output. But Anthony Joshua is not that type of dude. He's gonna do pretty much what he did with Robert Helenius. He's gonna be hesitant on committing to a shot, and rightfully so. You're dealing with the hardest puncher in the history of boxing, so we all know that Anthony Joshua's chin is not that fucking good. So he's going to be hesitant of trying to commit to a shot. And Deontay Wilder has the longer arm reach. He's the taller fighter. He's the fastest fighter. So he's not. I don't think it's going to be a problem for Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder is staying in shape. I think he's still working out, and he's tuning up his boxing ability because he knows this fight is coming. He's trying to get a fight to get some of that ring rust off, but I think he's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to play a big portion in the fight.
I think the thing that you're missing is that fight was for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said it didn't look like he had any ring rust because he got him out of there quick. It didn't look like he had any ring rust. I mean, we couldn't see if he did or not. We couldn't see if he had a gas tank issue. We couldn't see if the dent in his head was an issue. We couldn't see none of that because it didn't last long enough. He got him out there quick. What's going on, Tay? What's going on, Miss Skywalker? He got him out of there quick. So I don't know if it's going to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue because Deontay Wilder, it's heavyweights. It's not like they fighting the lower class. The lower class, it's more of a problem because they throw a lot of shots. But with heavyweights, you very seldom see a heavyweight throw a lot of shots. They throw them probably roughly around somewhere between 25 and 30 shots a round. So you ain't really got to worry about it as much.
I mean, I know what you're saying. Skywalker said AJ was real patient and didn't waste any shots. I still think he's not the same AJ after Ruiz and Usyk. defeats. I'll say this, and maybe I'm wrong in this. I thought Anthony Joshua looked great versus Usyk the second time.
He looked better. I ain't gonna say he looked great. He looked better than he did the first time. He looked better. He still was robotic.
Yeah, he was, but then again, it was like his first fight with Robert Garcia, and I think what he's doing is very smart because he's actually getting some fights in with his new trainer. This is the second fight. He fought Jermaine Franklin. I think the problem with Wilder is, and this is just my thought on him. He's one of my favorites, unfortunately. His ego is out of control, man, because the fact that he's not in the ring, it makes no sense, man. I don't know why he could find somebody to fight, but the fact that his ego is telling him he can be out the ring this long and come right back to it, that's a good way to get beat to death. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just a good way to get
about Wilder?
Yeah, for him not to be in the ring.
I don't think that's Wilder's issue at all. I think he's trying to get a fight. From what I've been hearing that Tay Jones, because Tay Jones is in Wilder's camp. Tay Jones said they trying to get a fight. It's just nobody's stepping up to the plate. So I mean, they was working on a fight with Andy Louise. Andy Louise playing hardball, and there was a couple of other guys that they was looking at that they was trying to get a fight with. So I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of politics, and when you're dealing with somebody that at any given time he could put you to sleep, you're going to be hesitant to get in the ring with that individual, regardless of how you might feel about his boxing ability or whatever, because everybody say he doesn't have good boxing skills or whatever. However you feel about it, that man was 40-0 before he took his first loss, and he knocked out everybody that he got in the ring with. So, I mean, you're going to be hesitant. I mean, it's just like any one of us. If they say, hey, this person want to fight you, and you know that this man knocked out everybody he's been in the ring with, you're going to think twice before you sign your name on that dotted line.
Hey, I think when it comes to Deontay Wilder, man, for a long time he was overrated, and I think now he's a little underrated. Now he's starting to be a little underrated because people forget that he got all the athleticism in the world. When he fought Romain Stavern, that move where he went from one side to the other, you don't see heavyweight boxers moving like that. I think with him, he just kind of got complacent. And unfortunately, I don't know how in the world he didn't get along very well with the great Mark Breland, former gold medalist, man. I don't understand that. I'll never understand how he didn't get along with Mark Breland. That just, to me, he
ain't had no problem with Mark Breland.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. The only problem he had with Mark Breland was that last fight that he had with Tyson Fury under Mark Breland, when Mark Breland threw the towel in. He told Mark Breland not to throw the towel in, and Mark Breland threw the towel in. That's when they had the bickering and whatever between the two. But up until then, he ain't had no problem with Mark Breland. It was just Mark Breland wasn't telling Deontay Wilder what he needed to do. And Deontay Wilder, he said it himself. He got happy with the right hand, and he stopped doing what got him to where he was at. And so he never had a problem with Mark Breland up until then. And he tell everybody, Mark Breland used to come to my house. He ate with my family. He never had an issue with Mark Breland. It was
why was he? I'm saying he didn't listen to Mark Breland. I'm not saying they had
Mark Breland about what?
Mark Breland said he wouldn't run. Mark Breland said he wouldn't hit the bag. Mark Breland said he wouldn't put the work in. Mark Breland always said.
Mark Breland said that when he was on that interview, but when you go back and you look at the workouts from Deontay Wilder always was hitting the bag. Deontay Wilder was always running. Mark Breland was trying to make Deontay Wilder look bad because he got fired at that time. That was after Mark Breland had got fired. He was trying to make Deontay Wilder look bad. But then, like I said, when you go back and you watch Deontay workouts, Deontay Wilder is always working out. He was running. Deontay Wilder never had a gas tank issue.
No, I would definitely agree with that. I'm just more or less saying, I don't know how you look at it, D. I just look at it like this. You can't tell me Mark Breland don't know what it takes to be great. I mean, you can't tell me that.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying I don't understand why Wilder would not do what he said. Why wouldn't he run? Why wouldn't he hit the bag? Why wouldn't he work on the mitts? These are all things that Mark Breland has said. I don't know if it's real or not. And all he really did, I mean, everybody that knows Deontay Wilder runs with a very small circle. I think he's with his brother. This is two brothers, I believe. And now he got Malik Scott with him. I'm just saying this. You can't tell me that a guy like Mark Brunen's gonna just say something. Mark Brunen's not even a talker. So
okay, I put it like this.
Go ahead.
This coming from it's just like when you have an employee working for your company and they got nothing but good things to say about you when they work for your company, and then all of a sudden they do something wrong and they get fired. Now all of a sudden they badmouthing the whole company. It's the same situation. Mark Breen never said nothing bad about Deontay Wilder. It wasn't until after he got fired by Deontay Wilder that's when he started saying bad stuff about Deontay Wilder. And then when it comes to like Malik Scott was always in the camp. Malik Scott was always there. It's just Malik Scott wasn't the head trainer. Deontay Wilder, like I said, Deontay Wilder was training under Mark Brennan. But if Mark Brennan was such a brilliant trainer and he knows how to make a fighter a star or make a fighter a better fighter, why he doesn't have a job right now? Nobody's asking for Mark Brennan. Nobody.
You go.
I'm just saying, if he was that good of a trainer,
I forgot who I'm talking to. I forgot who I'm.
Fuck Fred, fuck Howard, and fuck all of them.
What about Robin? She's hot, right?
Robin?
Yeah.
Who cares about that bitch?
That what you just said. You just said all that.
I mean, like I said, if he was that good, don't you think AJ would have tried to get him?
Kenny Porter ain't got a job. You ain't saying about Kenny.
And I ain't had nothing bad to say about Kenny. Kenny ain't had nothing bad to say about his son. The only person Kenny Porter really ever worked with was his son. He never worked with nobody else.
He said Anthony Skywalker said Anthony Tay said Wilder is faster than AJ. That's true. But I think Deontay might be a little bit more physically imposing than him. So we'll see. Skywalker said Anthony Joshua definitely showed improvement, but not sure if he's ready. It's enough for Wilder. I'll put it like this, man. People don't believe me, but I think a guy like Usyk would beat the life out of Deontay Wilder.
What?
You don't think so?
No.
If you don't get hit with the right hand, you don't think so?
If he thought that he would have took the fight with Wilder. Wilder tried to fight him. Wilder tried to fight him too. That's another person that Wilder was trying to fight. And Usyk was like, I'm going to go fight my mandatory. Even though Usyk said he will fight Wilder. He said he will fight Wilder, but then he decided to fight his mandatory, which is a less pay, is lesser money than he would have got if he would have fought Wilder. He would have got more money fighting Wilder. So
I feel what you, man. I feel what you're saying, man. But this is the thing. Salute to my brother. Is though, man. I gotta say this, man. If you looked at Usyk and the way he took away Anthony Joshua, brother, he probably will put pause on a guy. You remember what Evander did to Riddick Bowe, right? You remember that, right?
That's Evander. That ain't Usyk. That's Vander.
Usyk don't remind you of Evander at all?
Hell no. The only thing that Usyk and Evander Holyfield have alike is they both was a cruiserweight. They both was undisputed at cruiserweight. They both moved up to heavyweight, became champions at heavyweight. That's the only thing. Usyk is not a knockout artist. Evander was knocking people out.
Oh, he wasn't no knockout artist. Come on.
I ain't say he was a knockout artist. I ain't say he was a knockout artist. I guarantee you Evander got more knockouts than Usyk got wins.
Usyk just started.
Usyk ain't just starting nothing. You just started noticing him.
No, he got in there late.
You just started noticing.
No, he got in there late, man.
You, of course, when you're here, everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey now, Howard. Hey now. Hey, I'm gonna prove.
I'm about to take a caller, man. You talking so crazy.
Name one fighter that was less than 6'4" that put pause on Deontay Wilder.
I said I think he would.
I'm telling you, you thinking totally wrong. Because Usyk ain't big enough, no pause. He ain't big enough to put pause on Deontay Wilder. He's too small. Deontay Wilder is 6'9".
He's a great boxer, man.
Deontay Wilder is 6'7", with an 84-inch arm reach. Usyk is 6'3", with like a 75-inch arm reach. He ain't getting close to Wilder. Every time he try to get on the inside, because that's the only way he's going to be able to hit Wilder is getting on the inside. Every time he try to get on the inside, Wilder going to hit him with his favorite punch, the jab, and then the straight right hand. He has nothing for Wilder. And he's not going to hurt Wilder. So if you can't hurt Wilder, you just a person that's waiting to get knocked out. That's the only person that can beat Wilder. Somebody that can hurt him. If you can't hurt him, you just
telling me?
To get knocked out.
Did you see Usyk hurt Joshua?
I just told you Joshua got a suspect chin.
So okay, so basically what you're telling me, let's not act like he didn't beat Derek Chisora too, man. I mean,
who the hell is Chisora? Who the fuck is that? You be pulling dudes out the mud and making them look like they straight gems.
Here we go, man.
Man is not.
Let me read this.
It's nothing but a punching bag. That's all he said, is a punching bag.
Who would be a great opponent for Wilder with the exclusion of Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua? I think a great opponent for Wilder, but it probably won't happen. Will probably be. I would say he should maybe fight. What's that guy? Herkovich. What's his name? Herkovich. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Herkovich. I think Herkovich should be good. Yeah, I think Herkovich should be good.
But I mean, that's not going to happen because he just fought yesterday.
Yeah, but that's true. I forgot about that. But I'm just saying that.
Sure, just won, D. Yeah, he did. Against somebody that Deontay Wilder just got finished, that Deontay Wilder beat years ago.
What do you say? AB. Oh, okay. You're talking to AB.
What's going on?
He said, my man, I'm Team Usyk here, brother. Hey, see, Skywalker's a smart man. Usyk is like Evander, man. I don't know how you don't see it. I seen Riddick Bowe, man, get pieced up by Evander Holyfield. And you trying to tell me, and I think Riddick Bowe would beat Deontay Wilder to death. You don't think so?
What's the height difference between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield?
I think Evander's 5'10", and Big Daddy Bowe is 6'5".
No goddamn 5'10".
How tall was he?
Evander is like 6'3". What the hell are you talking about 5'10"?
I thought he wasn't a tall guy. I didn't know.
Evander ain't no damn 5'10". Mike Tyson is 5'10". He's taller than Mike Tyson.
Him and Mike Tyson look about the same height, bro. They look about the same height. Salute the Queen.
Evander between 6'1" and 6'3".
Man, look it up, man. I think you're making that up, bro.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I guarantee you, Evander between 6'1" and 6'3". I'm gonna look.
Where my brother D Free is pulling this stuff from, man. I don't know where he's pulling this stuff from, man. What did he say? Hold on one second. He said, just one D Free. Hold on. Okay, I got him on. Hey, but I'm just telling you, man, if you look at Usyk, man, Usyk totally took Joshua apart. Let's not act like Joshua is not a two-time unified champion, man. That is somebody, man. I mean, the only fight I didn't like is when he fought that guy, Weatherspoon. I think it was Weatherspoon. He didn't look that great, but I'm telling you, man.
Evander's 6'2.5". Okay.
You talking about a few inches, man. Pause. You act like the guy. You act like the dude's 6'10" or something, bro. At the end of the day, they were on the same. That's about the same size as Usyk. Usyk is maybe 6'3". So I mean.
I was saying what's the difference in height between Evander and Riddick Bowe? Riddick Bowe is 6'5", Evander 6'2.5". Mm-hmm. The difference between Deontay Wilder and Usyk is like 5 inches and a 7 or 8 inch arm reach.
And let me ask you this: would you get off saying like Usyk is nobody? Didn't he fight Dillian White? Didn't he fight Tyson? No, not Usyk. Not Usyk. Chisora. Sorry, Chisora. You act like Chisora is nobody.
I said Chisora is a punching bag. That man got like 13, 14 losses with like 30 wins. 31 wins or some shit like that.
He fights. What are you talking about?
He's a gatekeeper.
He's not. He just fought Tyson Fury, and he just won last night.
Did he win against Tyson Fury?
No, he didn't win.
Did he win against AJ?
No.
So name one big fight that he won.
Didn't he beat Dillian White?
Name one big fight that he won.
Y'all see what my brother did?
No, he didn't beat Dillian White. No, he didn't.
He didn't win. Oh, he lost both.
No.
I
But name a big fight that he won. There is none. You gonna be.
I thought he beat Dillian White. No, that's no. I remember Dillian White knocking him out later.
3 losses. He only got 3 losses.
I'll feel you, man. He said, that's my co-host, Tim Witherspoon Jr., Dad. We got to do a Sunday show every week. We got Demon Nicholson on tonight talking about upcoming fights.
I had Nicholson on my show right after he had the fight with Boo Boo.
BC, what's up with you, brother? Salute to my brother, man.
That's gonna be a great interview, Skywalker. It's gonna be a great interview.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Hey, and you know what? Whenever I see my brother Coach Joe, man, I always gotta play him, man. His special thing, man.
You don't know shit about boxing.
What's going on, Coach Joe?
Coach Joe, I gotta show you your respect.
You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know shit.
I ain't even seen my sister here. What's going on, Quick?
Oh man. Hey, but this is another thing, man. To get in the ring with Tyson Fury is not no easy feat, bro. I think he went in there with him 3 times. Same thing with
all 3 times.
So did Deontay Wilder. What are you talking about?
He lost twice. He lost twice.
He lost 3 times. What are you talking about?
Deontay Wilder lost twice. What are you talking about? Deontay
he beat him up.
He has 2 losses. How you gonna say he lost 3 times? He got 2 losses.
That draw, man, was a loss. That should have been a loss, and you know it. He got
lucky. I don't know it. If anything should have been a loss for Tyson Fury, he got dropped twice. And he even said out of his own mouth that he was knocked out cold. What are you talking about? He said out of his own mouth, I was asleep.
I know.
Okay. What are you talking about?
He did not say he was asleep.
Yes, he did. He said, I was asleep. When I woke up, the ref was at 5. That's what he said. When I woke up, the ref was at 5. If last time I checked, when you wake up, that means you were asleep previously.
Hey man, you a wild
What the fuck you say?
What the fuck did you say? Exactly. What the fuck did you say?
He said he woke up like he was just taking a nap. Oh man, that's funny.
That should have been lost. Yeah, for Tyson Fury, that man said
he
woke up. The ref was at 5, so that means he was asleep.
He said he was asleep. That just made me laugh, man. You making my stomach hurt laughing about that.
I'm just saying, last time you wake up, that means you were asleep previously. You can't wake up and already be woke.
That's funny, man. Oh man, that's just crazy, man. You just funny. That's all. But let me ask you this, man. Going to our next topic. Is Gary Antoine Russell the next star at 140?
No, Gary Antoine Russell is already a star at 140. He ain't the next star. He's already a star.
How is that?
Because everybody know Gary Antoine. That's how. Everybody know him. That man's a star.
Only thing that got me was I was surprised he didn't have the nuts to call out Tio after that win. I was just kind of crazy. He didn't call out no champ.
He didn't call Tio. He called Regis.
Why? Why wouldn't he call the lineal champion? I told you, people are scared to death of Tio, bro. You don't never keep it real about that. Everybody's scared of Tio, bro.
Last time I checked, Tio said he was retired.
Tio just claimed his belt back. You know that. He just claimed his belt back.
And who was he fighting?
He hasn't got a fight yet.
He claimed. You know why he claimed his belt back, right?
Why?
Because Devin Haney was about to fight for his belt. So he was like, no, I'm not letting Devin Haney get my belt. So now all of a sudden he want to come back from retirement. I'm telling you, let him get in there with Gary Antoine. Go ahead, let him get in there.
Tio stops him. Tio stops him. You know why? Because he's aggressive, just like Josh Taylor. He'll run him into something.
Name the last guy Tio stop. Name the last guy Tio stop.
It's been a while. Last time he stopped.
Okay, so stop playing.
It's been a while.
That man ain't stopped nobody at 140.
It's been a while.
He got dropped at 140. That man ain't stopped nobody.
He slipped, bro. He slipped. You keep saying that. That's propaganda. He slipped, bro. Coach Joe said, how's the draw a loss, BBO? Your takes is the best. Salute, man. All I can say is this. He said he's not the guy just yet. He is starring and making. I think Gary Antoine Russell can be a star. I don't think he's a Tio Fimo or a Matias or anything like that. But I think if he get a couple fights under his belt, I think he'd be great. I just say this. It just shocked me that he didn't have enough nuts to call nobody out that's a champion other than Regis, who already got a fight.
The only person you said that has a bigger name than Gary Antoine is Tio.
Yeah.
That's the only person you said that had a bigger name.
Yeah, but that's because of his brother. It's not because of him.
You said he's not a Matias. Gary Antoine has a bigger name than Matias.
But he didn't call Matias his name because he's scared of him. These guys are scared of these Spanish fighters now, bro. I don't know what you see.
Because he ain't called somebody's name, he's scared of him. He saw somebody that he want to fight. How you know it's not?
Regis already got a fight. Regis already got a fight.
Okay, but he still called Regis. That doesn't mean he's scared of everybody else. Shit, he ain't called motherfucker Ramirez neither. I don't mean he's scared of Ramirez.
He about to fight Ryan, man. You know that.
He ain't called Rolly neither. That don't mean he's scared of Rolly.
I wouldn't say he was scared of them. I'm just saying the two threats in the division, he didn't have enough nuts to call their name after he won. I don't understand that. Where in the world where they do that at, man?
What true threat in the division?
The
guys that you name are already champions, so they're not a threat. They champions. He's a threat. He's a threat to their belt. They're not a threat to his belt. He ain't got one. What I'm saying is they're scared to call these guys out. Is basically what I'm saying. They're scared to call the real guys out. What you're saying is not making sense. Because a threat means they coming to take something from you. They ain't taking nothing from Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine's coming to take something from them. They the champions, not him.
Well, they say he got a lot of smoke on his side of the street. He got Matias and Rolly. I think he'll beat Rolly easy, but Matias might probably stop Gary.
I think he'll beat Matias too because
no. What makes you think that?
I'm gonna tell you. You let me finish. I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead. Matias don't have a jab, and he gets hit way too much. You cannot get hit from Gary Antoine and think you're gonna stand up to it. You're not gonna keep taking shots from Gary Antoine and think you're gonna stand up. Ask Kent Cruz. Ask how many times can you get hit and think you're gonna stand up to it. That man Matias get hit way too much. If you don't have a defense, I can't pick you to beat the top guys like that. Now, it's guys I would say he's favored to beat, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lose because he gets hit too much. He don't have defense. And even when he won the belt, he got hit a lot. It's just that guy that he fought didn't have no power.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think, now this is just a question. We know we won't get this fight, but you think a Ryan Garcia would be a good fight for Gary Antoine?
Ryan Garcia? It'd be a good fight. I think Ryan Garcia would get his head knocked off. It'd be a money fight. It'd be a money fight.
You say he get his head knocked off.
Bro, you're not beating Gary Antoine just having fast hands. Gary got fast hands. He know how to get around fast hands. Everybody in his camp got fast hands. He know how to get around getting fast hands.
That's a fact. I quickly said, Hags, no, Tio ain't stopping nobody. That's cap. That's cap.
He ain't stopping nobody.
At 140, I mean, but let's not forget he was beating everybody up at 135, man. Let's not forget that. This is a two-time.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
What?
He got his ass whooped. He beat up everybody. He got his ass whooped.
When he was sick.
He got his ass whooped from pillar to post.
Oh my God, from pillar to post. Okay. Bro, here we go.
Man, hold up. I got something for you. Go ahead. Keep going on with the show. I got something for you.
Hold on 1 second. So I just missed one. He said Matias a fight to make for Gary Russell. He ready for a title fight, but that's a 50-50. I see what you're saying. The biggest threat, he said, laugh my butter. Who's the biggest threat to D-Free to Gary? I'll tell you what, man. D-Free just going, he got a family connection with them. That's why he's saying that stuff, man, because he know for a fact there's nobody, truthfully, let's be honest here, there's nobody under 140 that can see Tio, man. Nobody wants to see Tio. Not your favorite fighters, Tank, not Frank Martin. These guys are scared to death of people like Tio and Matias, man. These guys are, beating people up. I mean, if you guys seen, Josh Taylor was an undisputed, never lost lineal champion, and Tio went in there and beat him like he stole something. So it's just tough, man. It's just tough to how it goes. But really, to tell you the truth, the great thing about boxing, with something we're going to get into, is that we got a lot of great fights coming up still. I mean, we got, hopefully Deontay Wilder getting back in the ring. And one big fight that I've been hearing a lot about, I don't know if you guys heard this, but we hearing about Tank maybe possibly fighting Bud Crawford, which I think would be a terrific fight for him. I don't think he can beat King Crawford, but I definitely think he could give Crawford some good work. Because Tank is a very intelligent boxer. He has great feet, great jab. Pretty, to say the truth, there is no real weakness that I've seen in Tank's game that tell me that he can't really do anything he want to do. Quickly, what you saying is true. What you say, what T.O. is a diva. That's a fact.
Tank ain't fighting no goddamn Bud Crawford. He already said he was just joking.
Because at the end of the day, you can't expect a guy like Tank who still ain't fought nobody to have no nuts and go fight somebody like that.
The only way I see him fighting Bud Crawford is if Bud come down to 35, because Tank already said 140 was too much for him, so he ain't going to 147.
That's just, that's just that coward talk. And the thing that's so crazy is everybody in the DMV is making excuses for why Tank is not daring to be great. But if that was T.O., if that was Matias, if that was any of these other fighters, man, it'd be an issue. At the end of the day, say what you will, Ryan Garcia did get beat to death. I'll give you that. But Ryan Garcia had enough nuts to say, you know what? Hey, Tank, whether I'm ready or not, I want to fight. And we have not seen Tank test himself. We have not seen Tank go against somebody that we thought he couldn't beat. Every fight he's been on and been in has been a flat-footed Mexican we can beat easily. He ain't been in no fight. And let's not forget, this is the same Tank Davis that ducked Lomachenko, that ducked Mr. Gary Russell Jr. It's just his career is just looking worse as it goes on, man, because he refuses to fight anybody.
What the hell are you talking about? But you talking about this man ain't daring to be great because you want him to go up 2 weight classes to fight Bud Crawford. Man, get the hell out of here. Durand did it. What are you talking about? Ryan didn't go up no fucking 2 weight class.
I said Durand did it. Roberto Durand did it. What are you talking about?
So what?
Around the same age. What are you talking about?
He's not Roberto Durand. He's Tank Davis. That's who he is.
Why is he not daring to be great? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Just because a man don't move up 2 weight classes doesn't mean anything. It means that man is smart. He's not trying to ruin his fucking career by moving up 2 fucking weight classes.
See, you say that, but Roberto Durand beat the life out of Sugar Ray Leonard. What are you talking about?
No, the fuck he didn't.
That first fight, he beat him to death.
No,
what are you talking about?
He beat Sugar Ray. He ain't beat the life out of Sugar Ray. He beat Sugar Ray.
We see his son crying. What are you talking about? We've all seen that fight. His son was crying.
I seen the fight more times than you have. He did not beat the life out of Sugar Ray. He beat Sugar Ray. He ain't beat the life out of Sugar Ray. And then Sugar Ray came right back and made that man quit.
After he had 2 steak dinners and had to go to the bathroom and had to cut from 190 all the way back down to 160. That's the bull crap that you pushing, man. You
said that man was going to be great. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
It's
the truth, bro.
Stop with the bullshit. Stop trying to make excuses for your man.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth.
Stop trying to make excuses for your man.
What do you say? NGL, we saw the T.O.
That's your man right there. That's your man that didn't get beat from foot of the post. That's your man right there that didn't get beat from foot of the post. That nigga whole right side of his face, bloody as hell. But you say he ain't get beat foot of the post.
What do you say? NGL, we saw the T.O. before Cambosis, the one who beat the ish out of Loma. I was shocked. Yeah, let's not. Hey, Coach Joe, you know that better than anybody. The fact that T.O. went in there as a youngster, the takeover, and beat Loma to death. It's just that just don't happen all the time. It just don't happen.
He did not beat Loma to death.
Okay.
Dang, you keep saying everybody get beat to death. This man did not beat that man to death. He beat him the first 6 rounds, and the second half of the fight, Loma came on because a lot of people say if Loma would have just punched in the first 4, 5, or 6 rounds, he would have won that fight. Loma didn't throw no punches. He didn't beat that man to death. Loma wasn't bruised up.
Quickly said it best. That fight ain't happening anyway, though. That's true because Tank's a coward, and we just gotta accept that's what it is. That fight ain't happening.
No man is a coward. T.O.'s a coward.
Oh my God, how is he a coward? He fought the best man in the East Division. He been in.
He's scared of Devin Haney. He's a coward. He's scared of Devin Haney.
Devin Haney is scared of him. What are you talking about?
Yes, he is. Why didn't he fight him then?
Dude, he priced himself out. The kid priced himself out.
Who?
Devin Haney. Devin Haney.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
Right. That's what T.O. said. Him and his dad both said
stop
that.
Listen to these dumbass motherfuckers that don't know what the fuck they talking about. T.O. was the one that asked for $10 million. What are you talking about?
His dad asked for $10 million.
No, T.O. asked for $10 million.
No, he asked his dad when Eddie Hearn came to T.O. He said we want $10 million.
T.O. went straight to Eddie Hearn and said, give me $10 million. He said, I'll give you $10 million, but can you make the fight? That's what he said. I saw the interview.
He said hold on one second, I missed it exactly. He said, no, Tank knows his body. Tank is chasing money. Quickly, you just said something right there. That's all Tank cares about is the money. That's all he cares about. He don't care about legacy. He don't want to be great. He said, we're not talking. She said, what we talking about now? We still talking about D Free is definitely going on a hate tour against T.O. That's what we talking about right now. He said, why would a 5-foot short arm Tank go to 147 Bud fights is a pipe dream? See, that's the type of stuff, that's that coward thinking that I hate, Coach Joe, because you say that, but let's not act like Manny Pacquiao and Tank are not the same exact size, same reach, all that.
Manny Pacquiao also was juicing.
There's no proof of that. There's no proof.
There's proof that Manny Pacquiao didn't want to take no daggone body test. Why did you not?
He said he was scared of needles, man.
And he got tattoos all on his body. But he's scared of needles. Okay. Only people like you believe that shit.
People like me. Oh, black people? There's something wrong with black people? My bad. My bad. Only black people.
Biased fans that don't want to believe the truth.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him. Now, D Free, don't let him fool you with the beard. Don't let him fool you with the beard. He's a Puerto Rican. Don't let him fool you with the beard. And that's what Puerto Ricans do, man. They always talking crazy about black people. That's what he does, man. That's what he does.
Why would I say black people? Last time I checked, Manny Pacquiao is Philippine.
But I'm talking about the person. I'm talking about the person who made the point. But anyway, salute to my man Kareem Boxing. I don't know where you went. I was gonna bring you up. He said that's what they all care about, though, is money. I wouldn't say that quickly because I've seen, T.O. has got $1 million and he went in there and dominated Josh Taylor for $1 million. I mean,
he cried about the $1 million. That man said they gave me $1 million. I put $100 million to this company. I put $100 million. I don't know where he got the fucking $100 million from. He was fighting in the ballroom. But anyway, $100 million to this company. They only gave me $1 million. I'm retiring.
That boy, you know what's funny about you, man? Y'all gotta realize D Free is just a funny guy. He's a funny person. So he say the funniest stuff.
I said, God, this nigga BBO need a bullhorn and some pom-poms on his face.
Hey, you see how he do? You see how the Puerto Ricans do, man. You see how he do, man. You gotta watch him, man. She said it. Hey, she said it right. Bingo. That's all they care about is the money. He said it's prize fighting, dummy. I'm here to fight for a prize.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's supposed to. Tank is supposed to worry about the money. He already a star. See, this is what people don't realize. This is what people don't realize. And I said this on Friday when we had, Thursday when we had the live stream. Belts matter to some of the fighters. A lot of these fighters get in there to make money. They don't get in there to be the best fighter. A lot of them get in there just to get money. So when I see a fighter and he's only worried about the money, that's what he's supposed to worry about. Because once boxing is over with, yeah, people look at the history book or whatever, but the history book don't pay nothing. You having a belt
that's not true.
And being undisputed.
That's not true.
Okay, tell me why the fuck Larry Holmes ain't got motherfucking millions of dollars. Larry Holmes ain't got millions of dollars from being a champion.
Larry Holmes got his own building.
Larry Holmes ain't got millions of dollars from being a champion.
I've been to his little area where he's from, where he lives.
He got his own business. It's not from the sport of boxing. He got his own business.
I didn't know
that. That's why all these boxers look to getting into commentating after fighting is over with, because they need to make some money, because they got to be able to keep up their lifestyle, because they ain't got no fucking pension plan for boxers. They ain't got none of that. So when I see a fighter is fighting for the big money, I can't be mad at them, because they got to look out for their future when they retire. They got to have something to fall back on.
And that's what I say. Salute to Quickly. I see you said I'm putting the cape on, man. I just got to put
You
this
don't
on.
know shit about boxing. You don't know shit.
I swear to God, every time BBO play that shit, he play that shit right after he say something dumb, and then he said, well, we say something, and then,
here we go.
and then play that shit because he really mean he don't know shit about boxing.
His brother said, "Pom pom." This is what I'm saying. Y'all see my brother. Y'all see my brother D Free. I know what D Free do, man. Like I said, he's a funny guy, man. He get in there in his booth. He get in there like Captain Save him. Anytime we talking about a black fighter, he's never objective. And you know, he get up there. That's just what he do, man. He get up there.
This is coming from the man last night who said T.O. is not his favorite fighter. He is not a big T.O. fan. But we see all this capping he doing for T.O.
Oh, here we go.
We see all this capping he doing for T.O. But T.O. ain't his favorite fighter.
I don't have a favorite fighter. I learned better. After I seen that whole arrow. Oh, here we go. Hey, like I said all the time, man. If he had waves in the beard, he'd be your favorite fighter, man. I'll let you talk. Some brother talk to him. Hold on one second. He said these old fighters got 60 plus fights, not because they love the sport, because they need the check. That's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is this: as you guys all know, when it comes to money, the money's going to be there, no matter what, whether you're good or not. If you are a great champion, you're going to be rich forever. Look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson went broke a bunch of times. Ali went broke about 3 times, and because he was Ali. Go ahead.
No, that's because Mike Tyson is an attraction star. That they love to see Mike Tyson knock somebody out. That's why Mike Tyson was always getting big fights and getting the big money. They like to see knockouts. That's why Tank Davis makes so much money. They want to see him knock somebody out, or they want to see him lose. Some of the fans want to see him lose. That's why they pay to see him. And some of the fans want to see him knock somebody out. That's why they pay to see him. They don't care about if he's a. We just saw him do $1.2 million. There was no title on the line. They wanted to see either Ryan Garcia going to knock Tank Davis out, or Tank Davis going to knock Ryan Garcia out. That's why they pay to see it. That's why I said that the belts matter to certain fighters. It don't matter to me at all. Belts don't matter to me at all. I just want to see the big fight. I can care less if a belt is on the line. If the fighter wants the belt, then yeah, I'm a root for that fighter to get a championship fight. But the belts don't matter to me. I want to see the big fights.
You know what, man? I want to ask you a question, man. I know you were on the police force for years, man. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about how can somebody who's dealing with addiction, man, get better with that addiction? I know you know a lot about that.
How can somebody deal with addiction and get better?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, and the only way you can get better is you gotta be the one to say, okay, I don't want to be like this no more. If you can't tell yourself that you don't want to be like that no more, you're never gonna get over it. Because people can help you out. You can go for help and people help you out. But as long as you still have that craving, you always gonna go back to it because you never gave it up on your own. So you gotta make up in your mind you don't want to live like that no more in order for you to give it up. So
pretty much a person has to hit rock bottom to kind of figure that out from what you've seen?
Not necessarily, because I mean, a lot of times you see people hit rock bottom and they never give it up. And then a lot of times you see people, they don't get that far and they give it up. So yeah. it all depends on the individual.
I say that, man, because when we seeing Jamal Charlo throw away what could have been a Hall of Fame career because of addiction, man, we just got to call it what it is. I just think, why is nobody helping him, man? Why is everybody watching him just burn? I don't
think Jamal threw away his career for addiction.
He's been out of the ring 2 years.
That ain't got nothing to do with his with addiction. I don't know if he's addicted to anything.
Man, he's always drunk, man. Come on, D Free.
I just seen Jamal. I just seen Jamal. He didn't look like he was drunk.
Did you see the whole thing when I think it was his brother Jamel's wife was fighting his ex-wife, and you seen the whole thing on where they was on Instagram? Something's going on.
Now, see, everybody always say he's always drunk because of the video you see. What you meant to say is the only time you see him every time you see him on video, quote unquote, he's drunk. Because last time I checked, the only way you know somebody's drunk is if you do a sobriety test or he do a breathalyzer. You can't look at somebody and say, oh yeah, he's drunk. Now you can say he might be on something. You can think he might be on something, but you can't just look at him and say, because I've been on the police force. I can't tell you if somebody's drunk just because he's falling all over the place. He could be on something else. He could took some fucked up drugs and be falling all over the place. Or he could just be, his equilibrium could just be off. So just because somebody look like they drunk doesn't necessarily mean that they drunk.
So I'm gonna ask you this, and this is the reason I say that when somebody's fighting with addiction. So what you thought we seen with Errol Spence, you don't think Errol Spence was under any kind of any alcohol or anything in that fight?
No.
Okay.
No. Earl already said he gave up drinking a while ago. So no, I don't think it had nothing to do with no alcohol when it came to Errol Spence. Now the person that I know of that's been addicted and nobody stepped in to help him out was Adrian Boner. That's the one that threw away his Hall of Fame career for addiction, not Jamal. Jamal's dealing with some personal issues, not an addiction. He's dealing with personal issues. But Adrian Boner is the one that was dealing with an addiction. That's the only one I see like that. But
you notice the crazy thing. He said, "What the f?" Laugh my butt off. BBO, come on, stem the man. He said he was lethargic. This is the thing I'm saying. When you look at Errol Spence's eyes in that ring, and before he came out to the ring, he just didn't look like himself, man. He looked glassy-eyed. And I'll be honest, man, a friend of mine whose mother was a functioning alcoholic said the man looked drunk. So that's why I want to bring it up.
That's not from drinking. It's not that you can look exactly like Earl looked from being dehydrated. You don't have to be drunk to look like that. That's why I said a lot of people look at people and just make assumptions.
Did James Toney look like that?
Who?
Did James Toney look like that?
I didn't see James Toney. So
no, James Toney said he was dehydrated most of his career.
But just because you dehydrated, it doesn't mean you have to look like that every single time. I'm saying when you dehydrated, you can look like that. I'm not saying every single time you dehydrated, you look like that shit. I'm dehydrated like at least 3 or 4 times out of the day. Because I know I'm dehydrated because when I use the bathroom, it looked like a sports drink. That means you're dehydrated. That doesn't mean that I'm to that limit where my eyes is glassy and I just don't feel myself or none of that. I know I'm dehydrated because of the color of my pees. So I know I'm dehydrated. Anytime your pee come out looking like a sports drink, you're dehydrated. You might not feel dehydrated, but you are dehydrated. And I know that because I played sports my whole life. And I know what dehydration looks like.
Yeah, I know what you mean in that. She said, H, no, too many people put that jacket on him. It won't take it off. One mistake, like one loss, and people think EJ's done. I don't think Errol's done, and that goes into our next topic, which is pretty perfect that you said that quickly because Mr. Gary Russell, to me, had Hall of Fame talent and really honestly never lived up to it at all. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. said that he thinks Errol should retire. What do you think about that?
I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion on what they think Earl should do. The only person that knows if he should retire or not is Earl. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Some people are going to say he should retire. Some people are going to say he don't need to retire. So, I mean, everybody's going to have an opinion. The only person that knows if he needs to retire is Earl Spence. Nobody else can make that assumption except for him. He's the only one because he knows if he can continue to fight on. I mean, the man was in a car crash that he almost lost his life. That man decided to come back and fight. That man
was that 4 years ago?
That was 3 years ago.
2019?
No, it might almost 4 years. I mean, it's about 4 years now. It's about 4 years now because I think it happened around this month. It was either this month or last month, 4 years ago. But I mean, like I said, it's up to him. If he feel like he can still do this, then he don't need to retire. That's his decision.
I mean, I respect what you're saying. He said, you play sports, you know what it looks like. He said the man been at 147 for a decade. He was drained. And I'm going to tell you, Coach Joe, that was just a horrible opinion because Marvin Hagler was at the same 160 his whole career. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, either you can make the weight or you can't. She quickly said, I've been dehydrated before, and it was bad. He had another wreck this year, little raggedy kid hitting. I mean, you know what's funny? I tell you what, if EJ didn't have bad luck, he would have no luck at all. So I get what you're saying on that end. I'm just more or less saying if we look at what we're seeing with Jamal Charlo, when he met with Bivol, man, he just looked drunk. I don't know how you don't see that, bro. I just thought he looked drunk. But let me ask you this. Who do you have winning between Wilder and AJ? I never got your opinion on who you got winning.
You really got to ask me that question? From what I've seen from AJ, even in the past, I never thought AJ can beat Wilder. I definitely don't think AJ can beat Wilder now. He's too hesitant. Now, I'm not saying he can't go in there and beat Wilder. I just don't think he will. The same way, like I said about Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. I ain't say Bud Crawford couldn't beat EJ. I just didn't think that he could.
I just think, I agree with that. I think Deontay's going to win, but let me ask you this. What's next for him? What's next for Deontay Wilder? Because Deontay Wilder, if he gets in there with, if he was able to get in there with Tyson Fury will probably dismantle him again. So where does he go from here? Because he has no chance against Tyson Fury.
I don't think Tyson Fury will fight Deontay Wilder again. Would you fight him? Would you fight him after he called him a cheater and all these lies he made up about Tyson Fury? Yeah, because I'm a stand-up individual. I'm not letting nobody put no salt on my name if I ain't do none of that shit. So
he said he never cheated in his life. Did you?
Oh,
that's what Tyson Fury said.
And it's been proven that he has cheated in his life.
He has
multiple
cheated.
times.
I'm not saying he hasn't cheated, but this is what I'm saying. The fact that even after he crushed Deontay Wilder, he tried to, talk to him and say, "Hey, I didn't do any of that stuff you said I did." And all Deontay Wilder said, no respect, no respect.
That's not what he said. What he said was,
what did he say?
He didn't cheat. He was talking about that time, that last time. He was talking about that last time I didn't cheat. The fight before then, we all know he cheated. Like I said,
how do we know he cheated? D-Free, what are you talking about?
You're not going to tell me. I have never in my 35 years of watching boxing never seen nobody gloves look the way his gloves look. Even the fights back in the days when they didn't even have the type of gloves that they got now. None of them gloves ever look like that. You can't tell me that this man got on a boxing glove and you still can see his knuckle and there's not something wrong with that. I've never seen that in the 35 years that I've been watching boxing. I've never seen that ever.
See, and that's crazy, man. This is the thing. So this will be 1 minute the suit's too heavy, then 1 minute, his boxing glove.
He never said the suit was too heavy. I told you, you be listening to what these people say on YouTube and you be running with it. That's where it came from. That's where it came from. He never said that the suit was too heavy. Because if you heard the whole interview, he never said it.
That's what he said. He said also Tyson has popped dirty multiple times. He's a known cheater. But you know
Wilder never said that the suit was too heavy. You got to listen to the interview.
But he said that his water wasn't right. He said something's wrong with his water.
He said, I don't know if it was my water. He never said that his water was spiked. He said, I don't know if it was my water. That's what he said.
Okay. I see what we're doing. You caping up for Deontay Wilder.
No, I get what the man said. Because a lot of people say and just run with what they hear what they want to hear and they just run with it. They don't hear exactly what the man said. They hear specifically what they want to hear. They have selective hearing. They hear what they want to hear and they run with it. The same way, like a lot of these Bud Crawford fans and these Canelo fans, they hear certain shit and run with it. They don't hear the whole fucking statement.
Well, this would be the statement. In your opinion, is Bud Crawford number one? Because I know he went on your pound for pound list last time. Is he number one now?
No, I told you he's not number one on my pound for pound. He's number two.
That makes no sense.
He's number two. He's not number one.
Who's number one?
Tank Davis. I told you Tank Davis was number one before the fight.
He didn't fight nobody. He ain't fought nobody.
He fought Ryan Garcia. What are you talking about? He fought twice in 6 months.
He fought nothing but bums. What are you talking about?
Oh, so now your man Ryan Garcia is a bum.
No, okay. Why I gonna say bum? I ain't gonna say bums. That's too strong a word. He fought some C+ fighters. Salute to my brother A1, man. Salute to my brother A1.
Man, Ryan Garcia is a bum.
He's not the best, man. He's just not the best, man.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to.
I don't hate the kid.
Last time I checked, when it was T.O., Ryan, Devin, and Tank Davis, those were the four kings. Now, all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia is nobody. Now all of a sudden Ryan Garcia a bum. He ain't nobody. This and that. But like I said, just a couple of years ago, those was the four kings. Loma was ducking the four kings.
No, Loma got ducked by one of the kings. Your boy Tank.
Who?
Tank.
Dog,
Tank Davis.
Dog, I keep trying to tell y'all.
He was scared to death of him.
Called his fights. Floyd made his fights. Tank Davis did not make his fight. Until you show me where Tank Davis said, no, I'm not fighting Lomachenko, you can't tell me that Tank Davis ducked somebody. That's just like, I could say David Benavidez ducked Morrell. And now my opinion, I feel like David Benavidez ducked Morrell, but they never sat down and negotiated and David Morrell and then
his dad said they had a contract.
No, like I said, David Benavidez said he never signed anything. So it's your word versus your dad's word. So, like I said, until you show me where they sat down and they had negotiations and he got up and walked away like Bud did, I can't say that man ducked. I can have my opinion that he ducked. That's my opinion. But I can't say for sure that he ducked him.
We got to take a call on this.
You, of course, when you're here, everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey now, Howard. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, I'm gonna prove that beat is black. He keeps saying he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know Puerto Rican, you little piece
if
of
you're
shit.
Puerto Rican beat, let me hear you talk Spanish.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish, you little.
That's what you saying, man. You like the unknown caller saying crazy stuff, bro.
Until you can show me where Tank Davis said, no, I'm not fighting Lomachenko. Because last time I checked, Tank Davis said he ready to fight Lomachenko now. Lomachenko ain't trying to fight Tank Davis.
No,
so
he's old. He's old.
So what you telling me, Loma ducked Tank?
He's old. He's old now.
You're telling
he's
me,
old now.
So what you telling me is Loma ducked Tank now? That's what you're telling me?
No, he already called.
How is it no?
He's old.
Hold up. So what you telling me is when Loma said he's ready to fight Tank Davis and Floyd didn't make the fight, Tank ducked. But now that Tank said he want to fight Loma and Loma ain't taking the fight. Loma's
35 years old. What are you talking about?
Did he just fight Devin Haney? Didn't he just fight Devin Haney?
Yeah.
Okay. So he wasn't too old to fight Devin Haney.
This is what I'm saying. You talking about Loma, this is his second time fighting for Undisputed. So of course he's gonna fight for Undisputed, man. It makes sense.
Get your pom-poms. Get your pom-poms on. Get your pom-poms on, dog.
You sick, man.
Ridiculous, dog.
This is what I'll tell you, man.
Dog, you can't tell me that it's a duck one way, but it's not a duck another way. It's the same situation. Tank said, I want to fight you now. And Loma ain't taking the fight. So is that a duck?
He aged him out.
Dog, the nigga was 30 when he came into fighting.
He was 33 when he asked for the fight.
The nigga was so the nigga 2 years later. Tank said, I'm ready to fight.
You a wild boy, man. I don't know where you be getting this stuff from. Salute to my man.
So what you telling me is Bud Crawford an old man too?
Yeah, he said it himself.
Bud Crawford never said he was an old man.
Bud Crawford said he see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know you heard that.
He said what?
He see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming to an end.
Yeah, he can see the light at the end of the tunnel because he know he ain't got too many more years left. But that don't mean he's old now.
All I can tell you is this, man. When we talk about Ohio niggas, we know boxing, man.
What I'd say is this, Murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo?
Yeah.
Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all?
I don't know why you thinking of y'all, Big Free.
If you say Ohio, y'all know y'all boxing, then they need to tell your ass to get the hell off of YouTube because you don't know shit about boxing.
No, you're biased, D Free. You're biased, D Free. You're biased.
Last time I checked, I was going to back for all these guys.
You listen. I've never seen you go to bat for any Spanish fighter, not once.
What are you talking about? I just went to bat for Ryan Garcia because you called him a bum.
No, I misspoke. I misspoke. That's different. I misspoke. I
just went to bat for Miguel Cotto last night because you called him a bum.
He is a bum.
Yeah, whatever.
I was sleepy, so I didn't get a chance to. I really could have cooked you on it, but I was sleepy, so I couldn't go. But I'll tell you this: this the same dude, Miguel Cotto, that lost to Canelo, lost to Mayweather. What are we talking about here? Lost to Manny Pacquiao.
You picked two guys.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he just stayed getting beat up.
You picked Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest fighters of this decade. I mean, of this era. You picked Canelo, quote unquote, one of the greatest fighters of this era.
What's the quotes about?
Because, like I said, quote unquote, a lot of people say one of the greatest fighters of this era. You picked Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest Filipinos of all times. So
see, Canelo only just count that money like Kane. I don't know what you're talking about. That's all I've ever seen Canelo do is count that money like Kane.
So it's all right for Canelo to count money, but it's not all right for Tank to count money.
But Canelo got all his legacy fights already done.
So what? Tank got money. I keep trying to tell you, it's not always about fight. You got to understand where Tank Davis came from. That's why I don't get mad when I see Tank Davis making these big money fights, because I understand where he came from. I know what it is out there in the streets of Baltimore, not having a mother or a father around, you sleeping on the streets and sleeping in front of the daggone gym because you ain't got nowhere to go. So when you make money, you like, man, I'm just trying to make the most money I can make in my career. And then when I retire, I'm set. I ain't never got to go back to the streets. So I understand. I see homeless guys every day out on the streets.
Hey, I say this, man. You know, we just came on here to give you guys a little sneak peek of what we got coming tomorrow. But I'll tell you this, even though my brother D Free is very biased when it comes to fighters, one thing he does say that is true, man, is that the fighters do have to take their crap serious, man. And when you talk about a Canelo Alvarez, you talk about an Errol Spence, I mean, you talking about some of the most dedicated fighters there is, man. Hold on 1 second before we got here. Kareem, my man, Hot Cheetos, what's up with you, brother? Hot Cheetos, you there?
What's going on?
How you feeling, man? Hey, so I got a question for you, man. Now, from listening to D Free, man, has Tank fought anybody that you think is going to be a Hall of Famer?
I literally just got on right now, so I didn't hear nothing he said.
No, I'm saying, has Tank fought anybody that was a Hall of Famer?
No.
So,
maybe I'm not sure if Leo Santa Cruz, maybe.
Well, that's one.
And what was that one guy he got that title from?
Was that Pedraza? Pedraza. Yep. I don't think Pedraza will be a Hall of Famer. He's just pretty good.
Well, yeah. So maybe Leo.
So from what you're seeing from Tank, let me ask you this: have you been let down as a fan watching Tank?
No.
So you don't mind that he don't fight the best?
I don't. To be honest with you, Tank go out there and fight a motherfucking pit bull. I'm gonna buy that paper.
So D-Free, what you think about that? My brother Tank got people so brainwashed they don't even care if he fight the people that matter. What you think about that?
I want him to fight him. Oh, my bad.
No, I was just saying, like I said, Tank Davis is looking for where he's going to get the biggest bag. If he feel that if because he's not getting a fight with Devin Haney, because we know Devin Haney going to 140, and he can't get the fight with Shakur Stevenson because Bob Arum already said he's not trying to make that fight with Tank Davis. So if he can't get the fight with Lomachenko, Tank Davis is looking for the next biggest bag. If Pitbull Cruz is the next biggest bag that he can get, that's where he's going to go. If it's somebody else, that's where he's going to go. He's looking for the biggest bag. That's where he's trying to go. What fight I can make that's going to take me, it's going to sell out in Rio and decent numbers on pay-per-view. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I'm buying all Tank pay-per-views, but if he fight Eastside Cruz, I ain't paying for that shit no more.
I'm not paying for Eastside Cruz neither. But what I will say is that fight that he had with Eastside Cruz wasn't a bad fight.
Yeah, but the nigga had a broke hand.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it wasn't a bad fight, because we saw Tank do something that he never did in a fight before. He fought with one hand. So,
you said that Cruz is awful. You just said that.
I never said Cruz was awful.
You just said he was terrible when we just watched that fight and he was throwing haymakers.
I said all he do is throw haymakers. That's all he do. I know what Pitbull Cruz is. All he do is come in there and throw haymakers. He has no jab. He has no footwork. He has no head movement. He just throw haymakers. I know what he does. He pretty much do what Ryan Garcia do, except for Ryan Garcia got fast hands. Pretty much the same thing.
Oh my God!
I don't think nobody throw haymakers like in the lower divisions the way Isaac Cruz throw them hoes.
No, I'm not saying Ryan does what Isaac Cruz. I'm saying Ryan, all he got is a left hook. That's all he ever talk about is his left hook. That's all he throws. He throws a little pawn jab out there to set up a left hook. That's all he throws. So he does pretty much what Isaac Cruz do. It's just Ryan Garcia got faster hands. That's all it is. They pretty much the same type of fighter. One just got fast hands, taller. The other one shorter and just just throw hooks. That's all. And an overhand right. That's all he does. A hook and an overhand right. All you got to do is go back and look at his last couple of fights. That's all he did. Throw a hook and an overhand right.
I remember he was struggling with that trash ass African dude. I can't remember his name. Damn. What was that dude's name? He was little as hell with a fucking gut. Like, have you ever seen the nigga? The nigga look like he about 110 pounds with a gut. like I was like, bro, who the fuck is? I think his name like Tiago. I think his name.
That dude did have a gun. You know what he's talking about, D3?
Tago, some shit like that.
Which fight? You talking about the last fight that Pitbull Cruz had?
No, I'm talking about Ryan.
Oh, you talking about it wasn't
Tiago?
Some of the Dominican. Javier Fortuna?
No, hell no, not him.
No, he talking about a couple of fights ago.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that nigga was trash. And Ryan was struggling with that nigga.
I know he's talking. It's the first fight that Ryan had when he came back from his layoff. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I was like, that nigga trash.
Hey, but I'll say this, man. I'll say this. My brother D3 come up with some great boxing information. Salute to my brother Kareem for coming through. We're gonna be back tomorrow. We just wanted to come in and give y'all a quick little episode for tomorrow. But this is the funny thing about boxing, man. We all know my brother D3, if it comes to a black fight, he gonna always pick him, man. We know that's what he gonna do. It's the same guy that said Ring Magazine is trash. It's the same guy that said Oscar's a trash promoter. We didn't heard it all from D3, man. So what was that word? What was your exact words? You said F Ring Magazine. Am I wrong? The Bible of boxing. I think you said that before.
Used to be the Bible.
I'm gonna record you saying that. And I'm gonna make that.
And the OG Bruce Gans came up here and backed me up too.
No, he said
it used to be the Bible of boxing. He said it used to be. He said he don't look at Ring Magazine the same way he did back in the days. Is what he said.
Did y'all get that Ring Magazine with Errol and Bud on it?
Bro, I didn't.
You know I didn't.
I ain't never in my life.
I don't even remember the last time I saw a Ring Magazine in the stores. I don't even think they sell them in the stores out here no more.
They sell them at the grocery store. That's what
I'm telling you. At the grocery store, I haven't seen one. I'm dead serious. I haven't seen one.
Bro, I ain't never even touched one ever in my life.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to get Ring Magazine back when Mike Tyson was fighting and stuff like that because that's how I got the posters for Mike Tyson. But I haven't picked up a Ring Magazine.
I was a kid.
I haven't picked up a Ring Magazine since 1996. I think right after I got out of the Army, I saw a Ring Magazine. That was the last time I seen a Ring Magazine. I haven't seen one since then. And that's no bullshit.
I was about 8 years old. I was about 8 years old last time you had a Ring Magazine.
Hey, Kareem, we get it. You an old nigga, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. My man BBO, he come up here, he bring up some good topics. I mean, even though he has his biasness towards Tito and Loma and Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, that man stay come up here with his damn pom-pom. That nigga be out there with his pom-pom like a bug.
Hey, the fact that you were saying about a black man,
That's what you do, man. That's what y'all Puerto Ricans do, man. It's
Hey,
no
listen.
different, man. That's what y'all do.
Hey, listen. I'm always going for the black man myself. But when I know the black man gonna lose, I say I'm rooting for this nigga. But I think the other nigga gonna get on his ass. Just
Exactly.
like
Whoa. You talking wild, bro.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
That was crazy, man.
Nah, come on, bro. You too old. You too old for that now.
You
bro.
older than me. You older than me, Grandpa. What are you talking about?
But look, cause even like Foden in a New Way, I was like, man, New Way gonna smoke that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he did exactly. That nigga did exactly what the fuck I thought he was gonna do. He was gonna smoke. He smoked that nigga. Rolled his ass up in a packed his ass up back to Philly. You know
I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to admit. When I did my fight breakdown and my prediction, I said I was rooting for Stephen Fulton to win, but I said I don't know how he's going to stand up to Monster Inouye's power if he lands the shot on him. And we saw what happened. He got knocked out. I mean, he couldn't stand up to the power.
And you know what? Let me say this real quick. I'll let you go. The good thing is, no matter what, the walls are closing on Tank. Inouye's coming. We all know T.O.'s coming. So we're going to see what happens, man. We're going to see what happens.
T.O. coming for what? T.O.
You got to see T.O.
135?
No, if you want to come to 140, he got to see T.O.
Tank is not going to 140. He already told y'all 140 was too much for him. He's not going to 140. He fought Mario Barrio. He said, okay, I fought Mario Barrio, but I'm not campaigning at 140. I'm campaigning at 135. 140 is too much for me. That's what he said. Hey, so I can only go by what the man said.
I seen your cousin in an interview this morning. He was talking about jumping up to 135 and fight somebody. Get the fuck out of my lane, bitch.
Who talking about jumping to 135?
Yo, Junior.
Yeah, you ain't hear Gary say that this morning?
Oh, Gary?
Yeah, he said he going to 135.
I mean, Gary should have left 126 a long time ago because those guys wasn't trying to fight him. He should have left
Gary Russell, he gonna steal 130, go 35, man. I was like, ooh wee.
I mean,
he called Frank Martin out. He called Frank Martin out.
Yeah, I mean, Gary walks around and like
one. Call out Frank. I did hear him call out Isaac Cruz though.
Yeah, he called him out too. But he called Frank out next.
Gary walks around at like 140, so 135 is not a problem for him to make 135. He walks around at like 140.
Man, I've been waiting for Gary Russell to fight somebody meaningful my whole goddamn since I've been watching boxing. I'm like, so hopefully his ass do move up because ain't nobody at 126. What voting at 126 or no?
Who?
No, he's 122.
Yeah, they 122 now. He was supposed to move up and rematch Brandon Figueroa at 126, but he decided to take the Inoue fight.
I would have took the Inoue fight. Then they got like $6 million to fight that nigga. I would have fight that nigga too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a bigger fight to fight Inoue. I mean, he was only moving up to fight Brandon Figueroa because Brandon Figueroa said he got robbed in that fight. So he said, I rematch. We can have the rematch. And Brandon Figueroa decided to move up. And so he said he'll go up at 126 and fight Brandon Figueroa at 126. But then Inoue moved up, and Inoue called him out, and he said, "I'll fight Inoue."
I ain't never been high on Stephen Fulton. I ain't never been high on that dude. Every time I watch, I'm like, man, this nigga ain't got no pop, man. Somebody gonna smoke his boots. You feel me?
No, I mean, he fought everybody though. He fought everybody.
He fought everybody in his weight class. I mean, the man.
Listen, I'm not saying nothing about the weight class. I don't know nobody at 122. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, I mean, when you get below 126, I mean, a lot of those guys you don't really know about unless they're a superstar. Unless they
go there.
Yeah, unless they're a superstar, a lot of those guys you ain't gonna know who they are anyway. So we might say that they're nobodies, but they actually might be good fighters. It's just that we don't know about them because we don't watch those smaller weight classes.
Like my brother Undercard, the biggest duck on YouTube, Undercard. Now you talk about somebody scared. That's my brother Undercard. He's scared to death, man.
Man, that's my brother right there, Undercard.
Yeah, he's scared to death, man. He's scared to death of debating.
I mean, y'all missed it, man. This man BBO was out this joint capping for T.O. and Ryan Garcia and all this other guys, man. Y'all missed it. It was y'all missed this man.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to assume that.
This man was talking about Ryan Garcia. I mean, T.O. Hey, he's like T.O. never dunked Devin Haney. Devin Haney outpriced himself for T.O. fight. I'm like, this man.
We know that. We all know that's true, man.
Bro, we don't know it's true. How is it true? Hold on. Let me tell you this. How is it true when Devin Haney is his own promoter? Devin Haney was promoting that fight for himself.
What fight?
Against T.O. No, Devin Haney's his own promoter. He's partnership with Eddie Hearn.
He's signed with top rank at the moment, ain't he?
No, he's not with top rank. He's not with nobody. He's a free agent. He promotes his own fights. I mean, if you look at Devin Haney, everybody that fought Devin Haney got their biggest bag by fighting Devin Haney.
Well, I know. Top rank was so mad at Cambosos for reactivating them fucking rematch clause.
No, they wasn't mad at Cambosos. I mean, top rank it was more so they was mad at T.O. that he went and fought Cambosos the way he did because he ended up getting his ass whooped and he lost to Cambosos.
But I know them niggas even matter because Cambosos took a one-sided ass whooping.
No, everybody knew that Cambosos couldn't be no Devin Haney. Bob Earn knew that Cambosos couldn't be Devin Haney. That's why Bob Earn was trying to make the fight with Loma. He knew that Cambosos couldn't be Loma. Everybody know that. I mean, Cambosos is not no world beater. Nobody thought that. I mean, outside of me, nobody thought that Cambosos was going to be T.O.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh God, I could. You can ask my partner Drake. Me and him were talking about. I said, I think Cambosos is gonna lose. I said, this nigga not taking this nigga serious. This nigga up eating a motherfucking chocolate bar at the fucking weigh-in. This nigga fucking playing.
What you say?
I called him.
You said, speaking of smaller weight classes, who y'all got? Bam Rodriguez versus Sonny Edwards.
Oh man, Bam gonna smash Rodriguez.
Yeah, Bam gonna smash him.
Bam Rodriguez gonna smash Edwards. Sonny. He's gonna smash Sonny. Dog. Sonny is a good fighter. He has absolutely no power. We talk about Devin Haney with no power. We talk about Cool Boy with no power. Sonny has absolutely no power.
If he got less power than Stephen Foden, that nigga need to go ahead and retire now.
Sonny has no power. He's going to get smashed. He got good boxing ability, but he's going to get smashed with Bam Rodriguez.
It's gonna be a good fight. I'll tell you that. It's gonna be a good fight. But I think, you know what? I'm just wondering. I don't think Bam is as good as everybody say either, though. D3. I don't think. I'm not gonna say he's great. You got. I mean, Bam Rodriguez. He's still young. This is only his 4th or 5th year in the sport of in pros. It's only like his 4th or 5th year in the pros. So he's still young, and that man making some leeway. He making some leeway. He pretty much beating everybody they put in front of him. I just don't think he got the strength, man. That's the thing I'm saying. I don't think he got enough.
That nigga knocking out everybody.
I'm talking about I think if he go up, he'll struggle, man. I really.
No, he went up and he went up and he realized that weight class was too much and he went back down. I mean, the man's smart because he realized that weight class was too much for him and he went back down. So
what you telling me? He done pulled a Chris Colbert.
Yeah.
Nah, Chris Colbert never went up. Oh no,
he did.
Yeah, he came up to 135 and then he went back.
Nigga went up and fought that one nigga that everybody thought he lost to. What was that little Mexican dude named?
You talking about the dude from
David
Rayo. You talking about Rayo?
Yeah, Rayo.
Yeah, he from David Benavidez camp.
Yeah, Rayo.
Yeah. I think Rayo beat his ass. To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Whoa.
I think Rayo won that fight. The way I scored it, I had Rayo winning 7-5.
You gave Chris Colbert 5 rounds?
Yeah, I gave him 5 rounds. Yeah, he had 5 rounds. Yeah, 5 rounds.
He said, some of my UK friends say Edwards' IQ wins the match. No, Edwards do got a good IQ, but that don't mean nothing when you get hit in the mouth.
No, I mean, yeah, because you can have unless he's on a level, unless his IQ is on the level of a Floyd Mayweather, you can have a good ring IQ, but if you ain't got no power to keep a man off you, I don't care how good your ring IQ. And like I said, unless you're a Floyd Mayweather and you have that type of defense, I don't care how good your ring IQ. If you can't keep a nigga off you, it's gonna be problems. You're gonna have problems.
Pause.
I think that's the same. I think that's the same thing that Devin Haney might face against Regis. If Devin Haney can't hurt Regis, and I think Regis might end up taking Devin Haney out. Now Devin Haney has the ability to outbox Regis for 12 rounds. It's just like I said, in the later rounds, Devin Haney tends to get hit a lot more. And if Regis hit him with a good shot, I mean, Devin Haney might be taking a nap.
Regis have a hard time with boxers. So.
He do that, but like I said, Devin Haney, he because he moves so much, he tends to slow down in the later rounds and he gets hit more. Because even when he fought Kambosos the first time, he was out jabbing Kambosos, but in the later rounds, Kambosos started landing shots on Devin Haney. It was just a little too late because Devin Haney then already pretty much. I mean, he ain't pretty much. He already won every round up until the later rounds. Kambosos can't punch. So even though Kambosos started landing on Devin Haney, Kambosos can't punch neither. So it didn't have no effect on Devin Haney.
You know, it's funny because I feel like he picked Regis because Regis looked bad, but I think Zerillo was a sneaky good boxer though too. I think Zerillo could fight a little bit better.
It wasn't even that Regis looked bad. It was just Regis didn't know how to cut off the ring because Regis didn't really look bad. It just he didn't cut the ring off. If Regis would have cut the ring off, that would have been a totally different fight. He just didn't cut the ring off because Regis didn't look bad. Like he couldn't land a shot. He was getting hit with a bunch of shots and stuff like that.
He went down the first round, D. He went down the first round.
No.
He did.
Who?
Zerillo hit him and he fell down the first round. You forgot about that?
I don't think I seen that part.
They didn't count it. They didn't count it. And Regis said at the end, like, "Oh yeah, they should have counted it. I was down."
Well, if they didn't count it, then he didn't go down.
Because he pulled Zerillo down with him on some football stuff.
I mean, but if a nigga drop me and if I just pull a nigga down with me, they don't count a knockdown. I'll pull a nigga down every time.
That's what he did. That's what he did. He pulled him down with him. There wasn't no. He hit him. He about to go to.
I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, I was about to say I didn't see him count no knockdown because they wasn't like he got hit with a shot and he dropped like Tio did when Kambosos hit him.
Oh my God, Tio
it wasn't no shit like that.
Hey, yo, both of y'all box, right?
I used to.
I don't box. I was a football player.
Oh no! Also, let me ask you a question. Like, when you was ever boxing, did they ever like train you like when you hurt to do some dirty shit? You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I mean, I know of trainers that did do that, but they never trained me to do that. They I was always taught when you get hurt, either grab and hold them or get on your bike and move away, move from out of the line of fire. That's what I was taught. But I do know of trainers that have taught if you get hurt, man, hit the man with a low blow and have the referee stop it and start back up. I do know
like that was like because I ain't gonna lie, because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, Earl, hit the nigga in the nuts. Like God.
I do know of trainers that have told their fighters, hey, you losing. If he hits you with that big shot again, man, hit him with a low blow. Let the referee stop you and start it back up.
Salido was great at that. Salido was great at resetting you by hitting you in the nuts. Pause. He really was good at that. Salute to Undercard said, I got Regis 9-round stoppage of Haney. You don't want to put $1 on that. So I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't see him stopping no Devin Haney.
Devin Haney.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I can see it happening. I don't know if it will because Devin Haney never touched the mat, even though we saw him hurt against Linares. And I think Regis is a way better fighter than Linares.
No.
I'm not talking about overall career. I'm talking about at that time when Linares was fighting Devin Haney. Regis is a better fighter than Linares was. So Devin Haney didn't fight Linares early in his career. I'm just going by the time when I seen him fight Devin Haney. Regis is a better fighter.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Devin Haney got knocked out by Regis.
Huh?
I said I wouldn't be shocked if Devin got knocked out by Regis.
No, I wouldn't be shocked because, like I said, because I know that Devin Haney gets hit more often in the later rounds. So I wouldn't be shocked if Devin Haney get hit with a good shot and he goes down in the later rounds. I don't think it's going to happen early because I think Devin Haney's going to move too much in the earlier rounds. It's the later rounds when he tends to slow down and stands in front of you a lot more. And I think Regis might catch him with a big shot. And I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney go down. I wouldn't.
So so Devin already moved up?
Yeah, he moved up. Yeah, he moved up. Yeah, the fight is already made. The fight is made for October 29th, but Devin is trying to change the date because that's the same fight day as Tyson
UFC.
Fury. Yeah, it's the same fight day as Tyson Fury. So he's trying to move the fight day. But I didn't know that they was fighting on pay-per-view. I thought it was on free TV. I didn't know it was going to be on pay-per-view. And I never heard anything about it being a pay-per-view fight.
He said, great to see a non-biased podcast. Y'all speaking fights, like and subscribe. I appreciate that, man. Me and my brother D-Free. My brother D-Free, he tries not to be biased, but it's black fighters and dog. It's black fighter and dog. You said who?
You the most biased nigga I know.
He's talking about you.
Me? Oh, get out of here. How am I biased? I don't have a favorite. What are you talking about?
Like I said, I try to see because I got family that fights. I try to see both sides to the fight because I know there's a lot of politics in the sport of boxing. I know a lot of times these fights are not made. Is not due to the fighters. A lot of times it's due to the promoters. The promoters get in the way of a lot of these fights not happening. So I try to have an open eye to different situations because. I mean, it's always two sides to the story. So I don't just look at one side and just go with what one person say. It's always two sides to the story.
Yeah, he said, undercard still crying. I owe him $1. He said, I owe him $1 for that Tank versus Ryan fight. He said, let's see how Lars look versus Jack Catterall. I'll just say, we're going to see. He said, BVO is the biggest Canelo fan. What's up with this cat, bro? What is up with this, y'all? What's up with this, man? You know what's funny? I love how y'all love to put them punching gloves on against the Asiatic black man. It's just crazy, man. I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why y'all do that, man. I don't know why y'all do that.
I mean, that man Linares, that's another key factor in what I was saying earlier about these old fighters. They don't have that money at the end of their career, so they got to keep fighting because they got to be able to survive once their career is over. And Linares, I mean, that man has been knocked out 5 times.
Yeah,
and that man like.
No, he's a punching bag. No, he's a punching bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but that man, he's fighting because he needs a paycheck. That's why I said I'm not mad at the fact that Tank Davis go out here and fight these fights to get a big payday because once it's all over. You gotta have something. You gotta have something to fall back onto. I mean, we see Floyd. Floyd's still fighting because he don't know nothing else to do. All he knows is how to fight. And so I mean,
that nigga know how to make. That nigga know how to make money outside of boxing. That nigga choose to box.
No, Floyd. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this.
That nigga Floyd is one of the most richest athletes, bro. Come on, bro.
I mean, listen what I'm saying. If it wasn't for Leonard Ellaby, I don't think Floyd Money. I don't think the Money Team Promotions will be what it is. Leonard Ellaby runs that. Floyd is the owner. He's the owner. That's his company. But Leonard Ellaby is the CEO. He runs it. because Leonard
That
Ellerbe
shit don't even matter, bro.
Yeah, yes, it does. Yes, it
No,
does.
it does.
If you don't have a good president for your company's going to fail.
No, I'm talking about the nigga still making money. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, Floyd making money because of his promotional company. I mean, I think he got other business outside of boxing. He owned
that big strip club. He owned that big strip club in Vegas too.
Yeah, I mean, so I know he does stuff outside of boxing, but majority of his money come from the sport of boxing. The majority of his money comes from sport.
What's some people that investors? I mean, yeah, is it called investors? What's some people called that, like, you know, you wear my shirt and I give you this money and shit?
Oh, you talking about endorsements? Yeah.
Yeah, endorsements.
He never really got a lot of endorsements until like late. Floyd was probably one of the most hated fighters in boxing history. He said, question for the panel, does y'all think Mean Machine knocked down Bud Crawford? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody believed that Mean Machine knocked down Bud. And I mean, it's a lot. We see that a lot of times. A fighter get hit with a good shot, and they try to hold on, and they fall down, and the referee be like, "Oh no, it was a slip." I mean, you see that a lot. But I mean, you only can go by what the referee called it. He's in there to call the fight. So if he said it was a slip, it was a slip. But everybody know what it really was.
He said, "I like that." He said that Higginson versus Jose Zepeda fight. That's a good fight. And he said he also dropped Virgil, in my opinion. He look at Golden Boy. He sponsors. Okay, my bad. No, what I was. Go ahead. My bad.
No, he's talking about look at Golden Boy. Yeah, Golden Boy. I mean, the way they promoting their fighters. I mean, they losing fighters left and right. You see Ryan Garcia in court right now trying to leave Golden Boy.
Richard Schaefer, him letting Richard Schaefer go. I'll never understand why Oscar did that. That was just dumb. I don't know why you let a guy like Richard Schaefer leave you, man. A guy that intelligent, a guy that smart.
You gotta have a good president or a CEO to run your company, because because Oscar is the same as Floyd. He knows good talent. He knows the sport of boxing, but he really don't know how to run a company in the sport of boxing. And that's the same way with Floyd. That's why he has Leonard Ellerbe right there, because Leonard Ellerbe's always been in Floyd's corner. And once Floyd became his own man with the PBC, Leonard Ellerbe was setting up Floyd fights. It wasn't Floyd. Floyd would say, "Yeah, I want that fight," but Leonard Ellerbe was the one that was going out and making those fights happen, because he was Floyd's manager. So that's why he got Leonard Ellerbe as his CEO to run his promotional company, because Leonard Ellerbe know how to run the promotional side of boxing.
That's a good point. I'll say this, man. We got a lot of big fights coming still. I'm excited about it. I don't really say. Oscar was dumb, submerged in drugs, and sadly, no. No, he's doing better. I think with Oscar, man, Oscar get a bad rap. At the end of the day, man, he's not the only drug addict we ever seen in boxing, and he won't be the last. I mean,
Crawford.
I don't know about all that, but I'll say this: Floyd beat women his whole career, and nobody talks about it. So I mean, everybody
his whole career.
Oh my God, D-Free.
Not his whole career. He had put his hands on a few women, but I ain't gonna say his whole career.
D-Free, you a father. You know,
exaggerate.
D-Free,
you gotta remember. You gotta remember. Other people listen to this, even when we off and we put this up on the podcast. Other people gonna listen to it. So I'm not gonna say his whole career. He had put his hands on women, and he's been convicted of it. But I ain't gonna say his whole career.
How you know? How you don't know if he was just defending himself?
Huh?
How you don't know if he was just defending himself? Like you just say, because I'm just saying, like you just say, oh, Floyd been beating women. Like I ain't.
No, I didn't say he didn't.
No. I ain't talking about. I'm talking about BBO. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say, man, she been beating that nigga his whole career. Like, it's always the nigga always.
No. Well, listen, I don't want to say. Let me clean up that statement, because I don't want it to sound crazy. And of course, D-Free, you know how D-Free is, man. He make it sound crazy when you say it. Even though you said something simple, he make it sound crazy. All I said was, we know for a fact that his baby mom, his favorite one, Josie. Him and Josie had a lot of altercations. I'll say that. Him and Josie had. It's been proved. it's proven. You know, she hit him with a Tonka truck. He hit her with a 2-piece. So it's
Okay,
just
there we go. See, now we get into the green beans and potatoes.
I mean, like I said,
See, it's a cause and effect to every goddamn thing.
I don't condone men putting their hand on women, but in the heat of the moment, I can't say he was wrong, because a reaction is a reaction. When you're in the heat of the moment, you never know what you're going to do, because it's the heat of the moment. Y'all having an argument, and she hits you with a damn Tonka truck. You probably will throw a couple of shots back, because I know if it was me, somebody hit me with like my grandson. My grandson is 3 years old. My grandson come in, he hit me in my nuts. I be ready to smack the shit out of him. I gotta remember he's only 3 years old. So I understand. I understand.
Hey, I gotta tell my daughter all the time, careful.
I understand.
Hey, now look. So I ain't gonna lie, I was about to slap shit out this girl about 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling in the bed with my new little woo-wop, you feel me? And then next thing I hear a tap on my motherfucking window, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck going on? This bitch outside, there's another bitch outside my door, tweaking, you hear me? I'm like, bitch, get the fuck away from my house. This bitch wouldn't leave. I was about to put my hands on her for real.
Well, thank God she didn't, man. Thank God she didn't. Oh, salute to my brother. What do you say? Facts. Oscar gets a bad rap unjustly from people like D-Free. And he's one of my heroes. I was born in his hometown. Actually went to the same high school. No cap. Oscar De La Hoya is one of the greatest American fighters we ever seen. Of course,
No, let me say that, because I told you many times before, I was one of Oscar's biggest fans. I was a fan of Oscar De La Hoya inside the ring. Now, what they do outside the ring, that's their own personal business.
You telling me what, the lingerie?
Yeah, I don't get involved in their personal business. I just like to fight it inside the ring shit. There's a lot of people that was daggone Dennis Rodman's fan, but they ain't going to hang out with Dennis Rodman. We know what Dennis Rodman do outside of basketball.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I like Floyd Mayweather in the ring, but outside the ring, I can't stand that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like Floyd inside the ring. Outside the ring, I mean, the man, he contradicts stuff that he say all the time. And
he's a liar. It's not no D-Free. He's a liar. I know you can't say that. You're a politician, but he's a liar, man. I don't know why you just don't keep it real. You'll call Oscar a liar in a second. You'll call Oscar a liar.
I will call Oscar a liar about a specific thing. Now, if Floyd says something specifically, I would say he lied. Now, if you ask me a specific question, I'm gonna say, yeah, he was lying about that. But I'm just, like I said, he contradicts himself time and time again. So, like I said, if you give me a certain situation where Floyd said this, and I see he did something, I'm like, he lied because he did this.
Check it out, D-Free. So I heard Floyd Mayweather say, y'all guys would know about the Earl Spence fight when I announce it. Man, you know what I mean? The other niggas announced the fight before that nigga?
Yeah, that's what I said. He lied. And even Earl Spence said, man, last time I checked, Al Heyman is on the name of my check, not no Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. What do you say? Remember when Ronda wanted to fight Floyd? She was looking for a payday. She wanted a payday. He said
she's still getting beat up, even in the WWE. She's still getting beat up. And that's
he said no one. No, hold on, let me read this real quick. He said women and children's rights are out of control. No doubt they are make us alpha instincts. This is what I'll say. When you're talking about women's rights and women going through different things, man, we want to be sensitive to that fact. But at the end of the day, we know that, you know, when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, it mainly was him and Josie. They got together very young. And unfortunately, you know, like Josie said, she was hitting him and he was hitting her back. Not saying that's wrong. But like I said, I want to clean up my statement. I'm not saying Floyd is a woman beater. I just know he used to fight it and beat up on Josie. That's for sure. And God rest her soul.
Now, what I will say is he's been convicted of domestic violence. So if somebody say he's a woman beater, they have every right to say that because he's been convicted of domestic violence.
But you know how many niggas been convicted of shit that they didn't do?
Yeah, I'm just saying if they've been convicted of it, I mean, a person have every right to call them that because they've been convicted of it. Like that's like if you call me a woman beater, I've never been convicted or charged for beating a woman. So You can't call me that. Now, if I've been arrested and locked up for hitting a woman, then you can say, okay, yeah, he's a woman beater. I can't really say nothing to him. All I can do is defend why I put my hands on him.
So let me ask both y'all a question. So if y'all know what Jeffrey Dahmer did, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday I was best friends with the nigga, and I'm still posting pictures with me and Jeffrey Dahmer on social media. Y'all automatically gonna assume I fucking eat niggas too, right?
Yeah.
D3?
Yeah, you guilty by association.
Okay, so that's the same thing with what's that nigga name? Conte with Snack.
Mr. Conte, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that what you saying is true, Kareem, because I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to take away from Bud. We know we got a lot of Bud fans who love him and worship him. What I'm gonna say is this: Bud is with a known drug dealer, and we just got to call it what it is, man. He's been with this drug dealer for a long time. The whole Snap Fitness program is nothing more than a ploy for him to try to clean up his reputation. We all know about Marion Jones. We all know about Barry Bonds and the whole Baco lab in the Bay Area where they did nothing but produce steroid cheats. And I'll just say this: Bud looked big, pause, and he looked stronger than Earl. So I hope that they have body testing. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I don't want to put that jacket on him, as D Free said earlier, but it's kind of fishy.
Hey, so don't listen. Let me start off with how BVO say no homo. I'm gonna say no homo before I say it. So y'all seen the picture with Terrence Crawford before the fight? He was all ripped up. He had like a 10-pack and shit. They're like, damn, nigga ain't never had a 10-pack. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all got 10 packs and shit. So I don't know, man.
That's what I said. I'm not gonna put that jacket on him because there's no tested that came. I mean, as far as I know, all the tests came back negative because they do get tested.
That should take a month before they even say anything about it.
No, I'm talking about they get tested before the fight and they get tested after the fight. So as far as I know, all the tests came back negative. So I mean, until I
technically, because you remember that one nigga. Who was that last nigga? Not the last nigga. You talking about
yeah, Michelle Herrera. He was found positive like 2 weeks later. It's been more than 2 weeks.
They said that they knew nigga was positive before the fight.
Yeah. No, it was that's what I'm saying. They take a test before the fight, but it takes a minute for it to come back. And then they take another test after the fight. So and that second test takes a little bit longer than the first one because the first one was taken first. So when he tested the first test that they took on him was positive. It came back positive, and the second test came back positive. But the second test came back a couple of weeks after the first test came back already. The one that we heard about was the first test that they took before the fight happened. We just found out about it after the fight because that's when the results came back.
D Free, let me ask you a question. So if somebody tests positive in the ring and someone passes away, what happens then?
They get suspended normally. I mean, now if they won the fight and they tested positive, I think they erased that loss. I think they do. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I think that they erased that loss if they test positive before the fight or after the fight and they end up winning that fight. Like say like Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. If that test come back and it's positive that Bud Crawford was on something, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they erased that. I mean, undercard boxing might know a little bit more than I do. I believe that they erased. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they erased it. They take the belt from him. He would lose those belts.
I'm not sure. Let me ask. Let me see if undercard is still here. I'll say this. Pull up undercard if you still listen to pull up. He said snack equals legitimized steroids. He said Bud is juiced and he should be. Salute. I don't want to put that on him. I don't want to put that on him.
Well, what do you say? Put it on the screen.
Oh. He said Bud is juiced as he should be. Salute.
I'm not gonna put that on until
I'm gonna put the jacket on him, nigga. I've been looking for a good ass excuse the whole fucking time. I just didn't want to come with no bullshit ass excuse. And this sounds like a perfect one right here. So,
hey, you a fanboy, man. Reem,
listen,
I'm
not gonna say that because that man, as far as I know, that man never tested positive in no fights. So I'm not gonna put that on that man.
The thing is, I didn't want to lead with the dehydration. I didn't want to lead with the other shit. I wanted some real concrete shit. And this is the most concrete shit we got right now. The nigga is known with how BVO say, oh, drug dealer. Nigga.
That's what he is.
But
he's a drug dealer, bro.
But the whole thing is he's been with him. It's not like this. He just got with him. He's been with him for about 5 years now.
Like 3 fights.
Yeah, he's been with him for like 5 years. So I'm not gonna say that man is a. It's been 5 years. He's been with Snack for like 5 years. His sister said it. He's been with
him for 5 years.
Okay. Yeah. So name one fight that nigga had to jab like this.
I never seen it.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't.
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital. Though. I like to.
I'm not gonna say that he fought any other fight the way he fought this fight, but who's to say that man he didn't put on his best performance in the biggest fight of his career? We see a lot of.
But he did have a 10-pack. Hey, he did have a 10-pack. Pause. He did have a 10-pack. D-Free. I've never seen
like
that.
I said. I just, me personally, I just can't put that jacket on unless I got concrete evidence. The type of person I am, I because I was in law enforcement, I always have to have the evidence right there in front of me. But just because he has somebody that he works with is a known cheater,
can you say a known drug dealer? Can you say what it is?
I can't put that jacket on him if he never tested positive before. Like I said, he's been with him for 5 years. He's never tested positive, so I can't put that jacket on him because he would have tested positive before if he was taking something.
Victor has been arrested and charged.
Hey, D-Free, let me ask you something. I want you to watch that fight and then just go watch any other fight you want to watch.
No, I know that.
Hold on, listen real quick. Specifically, just at 147, the 147 division. Now, no homo, no pause or whatever that shit BVO be saying. So, go back and just look at Terrence Crawford back in a fight, bro. That nigga back like it was big in a bitch. You feel me? Like his shit was like his shoulders and his back was huge as fuck. And he was
who's to say that man ain't get bulked up because he knew he was going to be in a fight with a guy like Earl Spence? We all know that Earl Spence is strong as shit. Who's to say that he just?
It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it.
No, what I'm saying is, who's to say that he didn't bulk up because he knew Earl Spence was the strongest fighter he ever been in the ring with, and he was like, man, I gotta put some motherfucking weight on because this nigga's strong as shit. I seen what he be doing to the other fighter. Who's to say that he wasn't in the gym lifting weight, putting weight on because he knew he was gonna be in there with Earl Spence? That's why I said I just can't be, because it's too many ifs. So I can't say that he did that.
Let me say this. I gotta clear this up for my partner D-Free. He's from DC. He's a known politician. He's not going to say what the truth is. That's what he do.
Thank you, of course, when you're here, everybody.
So we're going to take a caller while he do that.
Thank you, of course, when you're here, everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey now, Howard. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, I'm gonna prove that beat is black. He keeps saying he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know Puerto Rican, you little piece of shit.
Puerto Rican beat, let me hear you talk Spanish.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish, you little fucking little cocksucker.
Fuck you, man.
What do you got, you little fucking little cocksucker?
I'm right here in Brooklyn. Let me
fuck you, you little piece of shit.
You ain't Spanish, man.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish.
Hey, Pete, you don't.
You fucking cocksucker. Oh, yeah. Fuck you piece of shit.
Hey, Pete, yell at him in Spanish. Yell at him.
Yeah, you motherfucker, motherfucker. You piece of garbage.
That's my brother D-Free, man, talking crazy again. Politician, man.
Hey, hold on. So is D-Free like the politician, like the nigga out of Power? I forgot the nigga name. I can't think of his name right now.
You talking about Lorenz Tate?
Yeah, that's you. That's you. That's you.
That nigga in there.
Far from a politician.
Look, he say, so what type of information you got from me, nigga?
That's D3. I can see D3 arresting niggas saying, "Nigga, get on the car. What you got for me?" I can see.
I'm just the type of dude that if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna be 100% correct what I'm saying, because I'm not gonna sit there and put some stuff out there like, "Oh, D3, you was lying. Look at this video. You was lying right here." Nah.
But D3. Victor Conte was arrested and charged.
I'm not denying Conte was a drug cheat and all that.
No, you didn't say he was a drug dealer. He was a known drug dealer. You're not calling him what it was.
Okay, but I'm not denying none of that. I'm talking about Bud. I'm not putting that on Bud.
What do you say? I don't got no
nothing about Conte.
We got a thing. He said, I don't got concrete evidence. Richard Simmons is a baddie boy, but I would to bet
he said. He said he is innocent and to prove what's that line? You are innocent until proven guilty.
Hey, whenever D3 do that, we're gonna take a call.
You, of course, when you're here, everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Hey now, Howard. Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, I'm gonna prove that beat is black. He keeps saying he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know Puerto Rican, you little piece of
if you're
shit.
Puerto Rican beat, let me hear you talk Spanish.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish, you little fucking little cocksucker.
Fuck you, man.
What do you got, you little fucking little cocksucker?
I'm right here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, fuck you, you little piece of shit.
You ain't Spanish, man.
Yeah, I'll speak Spanish.
Hey, Pete, you don't.
You fucking cocksucker.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you piece of shit.
Hey, Pete, yell at him in Spanish. Yell at him.
Yeah, you motherfucker, motherfucker. You piece of garbage.
Beetle knows a lot of languages. Beat, yell at him in Chinese.
You motherfucker, you piece of
You, of course, when you're here, everybody loves it. Ross, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. Whatever D3 being a politician, we're going to play.
That's the reason why BBO loses in boxing debates, because he says stuff and then he don't have no facts to back it up. I'm gonna have facts to back up what I say, so that's why I very seldom lose in the boxing debates.
Let me ask you this: were you around when I got cheated by Smoke?
No, I didn't see that debate.
So you had beat Smoke, and then I came to get a fight right after, and my man OG Shelton threw on like a monkey wrench question and ruined it for me. So hey, that's how it goes. All I can say was this, man.
Wake up, nigga. We gotta get this money.
All I can say. Hey, but it's your boy BBO. It's your boy D3. You know, the politician, aka Marion Barry Jr., aka DC's finest, aka I don't got evidence. Salute to my brother Kareem.
Guilty.
Hey, aka get on the car. That's what your boy D3 told everybody. Get on the car, nigga.
He say, Tariq, what information you got from me, nigga?
Salute to my brother Kareem Boxing, man. Y'all go follow him, man. Roll with the punches. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:15, same station, man, same time. Hey, and don't forget that boy D3 is a politician. We gone.